Hello, happy end of the month. We are live with AMP Live. We've changed up the In the Key concert series name to be AMP Live because we are technically just talking to amplifiers. What's an amplifier, you ask? An amplifier is a member of the Advanced Musicians Mastermind for musicians that are really taking it to the next level. So this is an exciting group of indie musicians. This is kind of like the who should we be watching of the indie music world. So today we have three lovely ladies, very excited. We're going to start with an old favorite of the In the Key of Success now AMP Live series, Miss Gail Gallagher. So come on down.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I like your colors, your flowers meet stripes.
Oh, so this is Franken hoodie. It has a name. This hoodie's a controversy in our household. My husband thinks that it does too much, and I'm like, it represents my personality. It has two hoods because it wants to.
It has two hoods. Oh my God, Frankenhood.
It has two hoods. It has a
zipper
that goes to nowhere. I found it in a thrift store about a year ago, and it was the best thing that happened in 2020.
I love the zipper that goes nowhere. I went to the Bahamas with my mom and sister one year, and on the beach there's like a staircase, and it goes nowhere, and there's no evidence of any past building. It's just a stair. I like things that go nowhere, so I very much appreciate your zipper that goes nowhere, and you just for a moment brought me back to a sunny beach. So thank you for that.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So tell us what's going on with you. The last time we spoke, your record had come out. You were working on some theater things, and now you're teaching musical improv, which is just so amazing. So what's happening for you in this new year?
Okay, so I've been doing a lot of different things. I had a few musical improv workshops that I taught last week, and over Zoom. Doing musical improv over Zoom is fun. Actually, Josh Ballard tuned into one of mine, and he actually did my 2-hour workshop on Sunday, another amplifier. So yeah.
I love that. I love it when we show up to our things. Yay. So great. Yeah. Okay. That's amazing. 2-hour workshop. So cool.
Yeah. And so I've been doing those and also trying to do more songwriting content, showing up on Tuesdays on my Facebook with a songwriting tip Tuesday. So I've been doing that. And I'm basically throwing a lot of things out into the world and figuring out my aesthetic as a songwriting coach and teacher. And also, I'm going to start going into February album writing month, which is my favorite time of the year, which is the songwriting challenge where you write 14 songs in 28 days. So I'm diving into that, and it's like my first FOM after having created an album from like the past 3 years of doing FOM. So now it's just like I have no commitments. I have an idea of themes I could play with, but also I'm just gonna see what happens. So
cool. I love that. So this Tuesday thing, I feel like we've had a lot of conversations in Amplify and just across New Year conversations in general about like, I'm going to stick to a schedule, or I'm going to like do something regular. Do you feel like you're locked in to the Tuesday thing? Or are you kind of like, oh, now I know what I'm doing on Tuesday, so there's actually a little bit of freedom? Like, what do you feel after trying this for a couple weeks?
I'm going with it as a live stream for now, but it might also become a video series. Right now, like I might do more like curated YouTube videos. Like I'm giving myself that option, cool. But doing it as a live stream is helpful to me because that's what I have the time to do to start making content. It's like the easiest thing.
And go live, you get some audience, and then you have content for later so you can repurpose it. So love that. So we got some friends watching. Rob says, yay, Franken hoodie. And Dara says, go Gail, Amp Live. Dennis says, nothing playing. Dennis, maybe refresh your window. That might help your browser there. Cool. So exciting. And I love that you're also combining the multiple, I was going to say hats, but I guess we'll say hoodies. Like your own love for songwriting and your own artist career, and then taking the successes that you've had doing all of that and then bringing that to a new audience, because writing improv music like this is very specific, and I feel like it's a very it's got to be a very honed skill. So it's super cool. Before we even dive in more, oh look, we've got more Susan saying that she loves you, and Mary's glad to be here. Hi Mary. So before we even get going with your music, Gail, where do we go to find out about if someone was curious about your workshops or your music or anything about you? Where should we send them?
You should send them to gailgallaghermusic.com.
gailgallaghermusic.com. All right, I'm typing that in. Oh, that's way too many W's. It's not www dot.
All the W's.
Although I feel like that could be a Gail Gallagher song. www dot.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in my pocket.
Okay. I also think that the Franken hoodie can. I see a visual there.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. It'll be good.
So yeah, anything else that you want to tell us before I start digging into the song you're going to play for us today?
Well, if you do go to gailgallaghermusic.com, you can sign up for Gail Mail, which is my email list, and that'll keep you in the loop on all of the things. And yeah, there's all sorts of rabbit holes you can go down when you go to my website. So yeah.
First of all, I love a good name for an email list. Like the only thing I could come up with for mine that like rhymed or was cute was like hop into the Cheryl barrel. It didn't. It's just, like you think about the monkeys that you had, the little like red monkey games when you were a kid. It just didn't work. So I love that, Gail Mail. That's just you're so lucky that rhyme is there for you for the taking, and you took it, and I love it. Okay, so we're going. Heather says Gail Mail, OMG, like it's so good. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so we're all going to gailgallaghermusic.com. We're signing up for Gail Mail, obviously. What are you going to play for us today?
Yeah, so I'm going to do Bear in a Trap, which is the youngest song on my album. It was actually written in FOM 2020. So last year, I went into February album writing month going, I'm putting out my album. Last call, all y'all. I say all y'all to all of the song spirits out in the ether or whatever, but I'm like, totally last call.
Yeah.
And this was the first song I wrote for FOM 2020. And it's the only song from FOM 2020 on the record.
And for people just tuning in, say what FOM stands for one more time.
February album writing month.
February album writing month.
You write 14 songs in 28 days. They don't have to be good. They just have to be songs. But anyway, and the song is based off of a Tara Brach quote, which is a theme in a lot of my songs. But so Buddhist author Tara Brach said that when someone is hurt, or when someone is lashing out at us, they're like a bear with their leg caught in a trap, like they're acting out from their pain. And this song sort of takes that and goes, yes, I see the pain, but I also see that this person is bear, and I need to distance myself and sort of processing. How are you an empath when you also are in a toxic friendship, and how does that work?
Oh, totally got that. Yeah. I love that. All right. So I'm going to pop off here so we can give you the whole screen. So excited to have you back. And this song is called Bear. One more time.
Bear in a Trap.
Bear in a Trap.
Yeah.
Bear in a Trap from Gail. All right. Take it away, Gail.
Walk through the woods, I see we meet again. Why does this always happen to you? Your spikes are digging deep into your leg again. The hunters have made you the fool. You bare your teeth as I walk past. Try to prove you're so fierce that you don't care. I don't know how you're gonna last, living on adrenaline and air. And you cry out because it isn't fair. Don't they see you're just a bear with his leg in a trap? And I want to set you free. I know you didn't mean to end up there. you don't care. You small and fresh and you me. How could I let this happen to you? Your fur stands on end as your anger steams. You say I'll never understand what you're going through, and there's nothing that I can do about a bear with his leg in a trap. And I can't always be the one to set you free. I get scratched every time. And at a certain point, I can't co-sign on how you could be so blind. So I'm walking away. I'm walking away. And it's someone else's turn to save the bear with his leg in a trap.
Woo-hoo. I was feeling the bear in there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Thanks for sharing. So that was the youngest track on the last album.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And it came out of the songwriting month last year that you're now about to embark on starting next week. So
Yeah.
I love that. Like, oh, we're getting some bear emojis. Super cute. Lots of the claps from Carlene, who also said you got me, Gail, on the Gail mail there.
Yay.
And James finally made it, and he's saying, yeah. Love it. Nice groove, says Jimmy. Love it. It's twang. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited about your workshops and the combination of your own creations with sharing how you create. And I mean, I keep going back to previous interviews where you talked about how you actually create musicals on stage as an improv. And I just my mind still can't fathom the amount of, the number of things that your brain has to do in order for that to come out and not be the biggest disaster ever. So,
well, and so much of what I teach is like, what structures do you need to lean into to make so that your mental bandwidth isn't like,
yes, I love that. I can't even imagine what that is. Like, it's just so super, 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 super cool. So you're amazing. You're such good energy. I love the Franken hoodie so much. I love that it has 2 hoods on it. I really feel like I think that's the direction that 2021 needs to go, honestly.
Yeah, extra hoods, extra care.
Just extra hoods, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pop you off, and we're going to bring on our next guest, who I am so excited to have. For the first time on our AMP Live series, AMP Live, formerly known as In the Key Concert Series. Let's have Colleen. And Colleen, you have is the parentheses last name. Do we just call you Colleen?
No, actually, my artist name is Gabrielle, the last name.
Oh, okay. You're very quiet. Can we turn you up somehow?
Let's see.
Does
this help at all?
It helps a little, yeah. So your name is Colleen and your artist name is Gabrielle. Got it. Okay. Well, welcome. So happy to have you here. Your first AMP Live. I see you're playing the guitar, so we're changing it up, but you do have a piano behind you.
I do. Piano is actually my primary instrument, so we'll see.
Okay.
I did a few live stream open mic things back in like June where I was playing guitar, so that went okay, but this is going to be a new song, so.
Love that. I still want to turn you up a little more. Is there a way to do that? It might just be a proximity thing.
Does this help?
It helps when you're right all up in there. So yeah, hang out there.
Can you hear the guitar though?
I can.
You can? Okay.
I can.
That was what I was mostly worried about. So
that seems pretty good. Okay, cool. So Colleen, tell us, where in the world are you? Give us the snapshot. What's going on in your world right now?
So I'm in Oregon. Yeah, I'm in a really small college town called Corvallis because I work at the university. So most of the day today I was doing that, and that is how I pay for all this equipment.
Love it.
um, but yeah, what's going on right now? I've been working on getting my website up and running. I have an email list that I just started recently, so if people want to sign up to that, that would be great. I started writing songs as like a solo project back in April. So I've also been like taking courses to do music production as well. Before this, I took a break from music for about 3 years because I went to graduate school for English, and that was a whole different thing. But before that, I was in a band. So most of my experience was playing keyboard or saxophone in a band setting.
Cool.
But I decided I wanted to go and do some solo music things. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Amazing. All right. So before we even go any further, where are we telling people to go in terms of websites, to go sign up for your mailing list, to go check out all the things?
Yeah, it's gabriellemusic.com.
I'm typing it into the chat box there. I think I got it on YouTube or Facebook, no matter where you're watching. You have a bunch of people saying, hey, Leandra and Lorna and Dara. And Mike says, go Beavers, question mark?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Beavers is the mascot of the university here. So
I love that. So fun. Okay, so what's your body of music look like? Do you have records out? Are you thinking about putting them together? You're going to play us something today, so we know you got some music. So tell us about what's your musical journey.
So I don't have any records like solo out yet. My band has an LP up on Bandcamp from 2017. That's linked on my website. But otherwise, I haven't done a lot of recording. So I'm working on music production. I have a brand new demo that I just finished producing that's up on my SoundCloud. And that's the song I'm going to play right now. This is a more stripped back, just guitar version. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's so cool. I love that you're in Amplify, for those that are watching that are not members of Amplify, we talk about this musician success cycle. And it's like owning what phase you're in, whether you're in promotion mode or whether you're creating, and you're really like absorbing all these skills and looking at what is next for you. And I love that you're like owning that. You're like, I'm learning how to produce because that's something that's going to be important to me in my sound. And so that's so exciting. So we're sort of getting like a sneak peek of what's to come. Essentially, because you're here in phase one. And by the way, I am just transitioning out of phase one myself. Like I kind of went through the cycle, did all the promotion, monetized, and now I'm back with like, okay, let's learn and determine, what do I need to learn? What do I want to do this next time around this? Because we're constantly going around it. Some of us go around it, dozens of times. And when you're just starting, you're going out around it for the first or second time. So I love that you're like, I'm learning, I'm taking all these courses, I'm investing in myself, got my gear ready to go. You got a nice setup there. And now it's like, okay, cool. So I feel like we're getting a special treat here where we're getting to look into the future a little bit of the stripped down version of what you're going to produce. So you said that you've already produced this song, and we can hear the demo production of this on your SoundCloud, which is on your website.
Yes, it is. Cool. I think on the website, you have to click on the social media link at the top, and that has like all the different links on it. So it'll take you to the landing page.
Perfect.
So it's there.
So what's the song?
So this song is called Restless, and it's sort of a storytelling song. I've been really influenced by Brandi Carlile and Brandi Clark and the sort of folk Americana singer-songwriter type genre. And yeah, it's about I guess my journey here, living in this town, learning to be an adult, because I came here for college initially, and then I kind of got trapped here. Like I moved here in 2011 and was like, I'm going to do 4 years of college and then I'm going to leave and I'm going to go on and do all these things. And nothing really happened the way I planned it. And I'm still here. So it's sort of about that. And yeah.
Amazing. What's it called?
It's called Restless.
You did say that. I very rarely can remember song names for some reason. I had the same problem with my own lyrics when I was performing live. I always had lyric sheets and people were like, why don't you memorize your own songs? And words. So Restless. We're going to hear Restless from Colleen. I'm so excited. Are you all ready to go?
Sure.
You're all ready to go. All right, I'm going to pop off and we're going to hear Restless.
All right. I've been in this town since I was 18. When I arrived, it promised freedom and responsibility. I thought I could finally be who I wanted to be, but I was wrong. I was wrong. The rigor and the grind of it seeped into me. I sunk down deep into all my insecurities. I couldn't just be who I am, 'cause I never knew who I was. Who I was. And here I'm trapped in this liminal space. I think a change in location could force a change of pace. So I set my sights and I plan to run away, but I don't, and I won't. As I grew older, I refocused. I found new passions and I set aside my restless tendencies. I thought I could make it work living in this town, but soon that restless feeling would return. Maybe this time I'll have direction. I know myself better now. I've done things I'd never imagined. It's 10 years down the road and I'm ready to move on. What's next? What's next for me? Yet here I'm trapped in this liminal space. I think a change in location could force a change of pace. So I set my sights and I plan to run away. I just might. Yes, I will. And here I'm trapped in this liminal space. I think a change in location could force a change of pace. So I set my sights and I plan to run away. I just might. Yes, I will.
Yay! I felt like I was like in the car driving with you, like talking about what's next. I love that. You're getting all sorts of like James says, really nice lyrics, captivating, engrossing, love the structure, and nice delivery and presence from Joe Alexis. So, and you're getting claps and all the things. You know, anyone performing, you can't see the comments, so you have to go back and check them out, which is so nice. And Leandra says, so good, Colleen, clap, clap, clap. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I love that the songs today are just part of our stories, right? Part of the journeys that we're on, the people we come in contact with. And I definitely feel like, just as a musician, I was connecting to that, like what's next is one of my favorite questions now that it doesn't scare me so much. It definitely used to, like when I would finish, I almost would never want to finish a project or release something, because I'm like, well, once I'm done with this, right now it's so clear what to do next. But once I'm done, it's like, oh, I don't know what's next. And I used to hate that question. Now it's like my happy place. It's kind of what Amplify is all about, is really looking at, okay, now what? So you're there. And do you have an answer to your own question?
Kind of. I mean, I think getting comfortable with not knowing what's next has been part of my growth process. Because like I was an engineering major and my initial plan was to go be an engineer, save a crap ton of money, and then do the music stuff. And that didn't happen for a lot of reasons, mostly because I was just super unhappy in engineering.
Yeah.
And so then I ended up going to graduate school for English, which was way never on my plan, and everything just was happening. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And my parents were like, what are you doing? And and
Mhm.
so, and even the job I currently have, I'm working at the library, and I'm not a librarian. I never planned to do that either. And so it's just like things just kept happening. And I think, part of my growth was figuring out how to sort of deal with that, go with the flow, kind of trust myself and that things will work out, and that I can be open to opportunities and take the things that I'm interested in and keep going. And I'm trying to be more intentional about it now that I've sort of become comfortable with not being able to predict the future.
Yeah. That's a funny thing, not being able to predict the future. People used to say, like, what do you want for your birthday? And I literally would say, a crystal ball. Like, am I doing the right thing? I, again, didn't like the what's next. I just want to know, is this the right relationship? Is this the right job? Is this the right, tangent that I'm doing? So totally love that. You're definitely not alone. I know that in your journey, and it definitely comes in waves, but it sounds like you're on the right track and you have a really good context around it, real positive. And so we're so lucky to have you in Amplify. So thank you for being here and for performing and sharing this with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right, we're going to pop off Colleen. And everyone is clear, if you're just joining, that we're going to gabourelmusic.com, GABOUREL music.com, and that's where we're going to go sign up for the new mailing list and see how that goes. So exciting. All right, so we're going to pop off Colleen. And last but not least today, we have another newer amplifier. So excited to invite Jenna Douglas. Hello, Jenna.
Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Colleen was a little loud, so we're gonna or a little quiet, so we're gonna see if you're too loud.
All right.
I think you sound great. Oh, we got another guitar. I love it. I'm just fascinated by people who can play guitars.
I can play piano, but I'm really impressed by people who can play piano. I mean, good piano. I can plug along, but
that's kind of how I feel like a guitar. I can manage a ukulele, but guitars is a whole nother thing for me. Everyone just watching who have watched in the past know that I'm kind of like, oh, guitar is so pretty. So Jenna, this is your first time on a concert series, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Colleen and I are on the same Amplify pop group.
Yay!
So yeah,
Power Up Pod for you non-amplifiers, but I think we've got a lot of amplifiers. So you guys are in the same group. I love that.
Yeah.
So supportive, so great. So welcome. Where in the world are you? And give us the snapshot of what's up with you.
I'm in Santa Barbara, California. Yeah, we have a great musical community here. Great. I went to City College and university here and studied music as well. I've just always wanted to be a musician, but sung. I asked my kindergarten teacher if I could get up in front of class and sing the national anthem, and so that's that. That's
adorable.
I know.
Ambitious for a kindergartner.
Yeah. But I've always wanted to sing, but I didn't really want to start writing songs. I did, but not seriously until 82, when I saw The Who play live at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. And so it's just that sort of anthem type music, the bold music that I love so much. I mean, I love folk music. I love all kinds of music, but this for songwriting, this was my soul, and I really related to that. So
I love that.
And so I feel like I've gotten to the age since 1982. I finally figured out I'm a power ballad singer-songwriter.
Got it. Love that.
Yeah.
And in the past, just the past couple of years since that Who show, have you played with a band, performed live, put out records? What angle did you tackle?
I was in an all-women's band in the 80s.
Ooh, that's cool. I love that.
Called Wet Paint. And then we went down to LA and we broke up. But
LA
but
does that.
I've always wanted to write songs, and I've played in a cover band. We did Linda Ronstadt tribute. We were a Linda Ronstadt tribute band. So that was a lot of fun. It was an acoustic style. So it was all her really big old 70s songs put into an acoustic format. So yeah, it was so much fun doing that. But the issue I have is I'm an introvert and I can't handle crowds. So I love performing, but getting off and, mingling and stuff like that is really hard for me. So, and so I released an album like 10 years ago, and I had no idea what I was doing. And so it kind of got like hundreds of CDs in my storage that are just going nowhere. And so I was so excited to take your email course and then get into Amplify and really do it right this time, because I'll be releasing 6 songs I've written about. It's an album, and I've written it songs inspired from stories that my grandmother told me of her of her journey from Kentucky to Arizona and then to here Santa Barbara. So it was I wanted to play one of the songs from that album, but I've just been so inspired. I've got so many songs. I've got so many more songs than this,
Oh,
but
I'm so excited. And well, you gave me a bunch of links. I'm going to plop them in here.
okay.
It's all of the things, the Spotify, the Facebook, the Jenna, but I'm going to put them all in here, but what's the number one thing you want anyone watching or listening to do? The number one thing, probably Spotify. Okay. We're following and listening and saving because of the EP coming out.
Yes. And my website isn't quite finished yet. I'm still trying to
tweak that a little bit.
I've got to get a little subscription thing going on there. So.
Yeah, all those little details. Yeah, I love that. So I love all of this. I love hearing your story. This is so, and you're, let's see, Joe Alexa says, love those old 70s songs by Linda. And Jimmy's excited about the Who.
Yeah.
So we got some people here. So, and James decided to share, I love this, James F. Taylor Jr. I have a song inspired by my grandmother. It's about her shooting at my mother. So that's fun. We're getting some good engagement over here in our chat box. So tell us what song have you chosen to perform for us today from all of the pieces you've created? What do we get to hear today?
Well, this one's kind of condensed everything, her story all in one, almost. Being a Southern girl, traveling from Kentucky to Arizona during the 1910. They were in Arizona when it was still a territory. Their mother died when she was 25. She was 15 when she had her first kid. So that was my great-great-grandmother. Gotcha. My grandmother was 6 when she moved from Kentucky to Arizona and had to take care of her 2 younger siblings because the father, my great-grandfather had to go to work, And so anyway, so this is called, this is called This Desert Place.
This Desert Place. You can't remember it, but this time I'll remember it. At least one of us of all of the interviews will remember the song title. Usually if not me, but I got you. This Desert Place.
Because it's changed names a couple of times, and I still have the Find My Place at the top of the page. But and so it's really raining out. I know you probably can't hear it.
I can't hear it at all. We just hear you and the guitar, and it sounds great. So,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, this is a historical song of my grandmother. And
Take it away. I will give you the stage. Let's hear it.
We were just Southern girls with ribbons and curls. I was the middle of 3 sisters. My baby brother will never know his mother. Feeling alone on a ranch just north of the border of Mexico. Years go by, Pop's gone most of the time. My older sister has gone to live with family in Tucson, while I was left in charge of my brother and sister. In a dangerous place like this, the smile is just a whisper of some forgotten days. As I find my place, and I give grace for this desert space I now call home. Living in the border house out west, feeling alone on a ranch with outlaws at the fence. One summer I killed rattlers and skinned them to dry, and sold them for half-pence to cowboys as they rode by our little enterprise. As I find my place, and I give grace for this desert space I now go. On an old gray mare I ride away to a valley of coyotes in this territory state. I'd sing as loud as I could to the red hills of Bisbee. Just a 10-year-old kid from the hills of Kentucky, but now I'm here. I'm a belle on the border who takes the steed and rides away. I am a pioneer, and I sing to the wind and the call of the wild and my desert home. As I find my place, and I give grace for this desert space I now go. Find my place, and
Oh, thank you. What a treat. I feel like I got so much of your family, so much of that like movement from the I mean, what a great representation of that passion and the strength that it took to be that kind of pioneer. And so cool. Carlene just said she loves that so much, Jenna. My family also came from the South and was in Arizona when it was still just a territory. Look at that.
Wow. Maybe we were related. Who knows?
That is fun. You're getting lots of claps. And Andrea says she loves the chorus. James says beautiful song, like the triple meter. I was finding myself swaying like the Santa Barbara ocean calling. So fun. It's so fun to have you here playing that.
Thank you. Yeah, the whole album is kind of in the triple meter, except for the last song.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
That one's kind of a disco beat. It's real different from the whole rest of the album.
I love that. Of course, it's a disco beat. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, I love this comment from Robin. Robin says, I can feel the sun on my face and the dust in my teeth. Great.
Wow. Nice.
Very cool. And Brianna says, reminds me of Carole King. I was sort of thinking that too. Wow. Really cool. I also got a little Indigo Girl vibe, which is always fun. So we're getting lots of fun comments here. You're such a joy. We're so lucky to have you. And for those that are watching, a lot of the performers often have never spoken to me before. We're in this membership and we host Zoom calls and sometimes we chat a little bit, but it takes something to come up and like chat with a stranger in front of nobody. Although you said you're an introvert and don't like crowds. So this might be your like ideal.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. I mean, this is your jam here. So
no, I don't have to go. Look, I still have my jammies on. I have my jammies on.
I love it. Well, wonderful to have you. Everyone that's watching, thank you for being here, for providing such a fun space. Thank you to Colleen and to Gail, our earlier performers today, and everyone that's in Amplify. You have 100% in February left, so whatever that champagne win that you're working on is, go get it, even if it means that you win when you take a bath. So maybe there's something like that in your future. So enjoy the rest of this month. I will see all of you amplifiers next week. And until then, have a beautiful music-filled long weekend. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cheryl, for hosting. God bless you.
You're welcome. We'll see you every month and last Thursday of every month. So, all right. Thanks, everybody.